Hey y'all, it's the cheat code. So it is 5:34 p.m. on Friday, February 6th, 2026. And just a few short hours ago, I was scrolling online on YouTube and I came across a post about Lil Jon's son, Nathan Smith, who went missing. And immediately when I saw the missing persons report, I felt that he would probably be suffering from mental health issues. That was just what I was getting from looking at his images. I'm a person that reads a lot from images, so that's what kind of came across to me. um, I was looking and scrolling, and I saw more and more news outlets pick it up because where I originally saw it from, it was a blog post and not an official news outlet. So I kept scrolling, and I finally came across an official news outlet that stated that he was missing. I believe it might have been Fox, if I'm not mistaken. I will quote that. I started searching a little bit further and I was looking into Lil Jon, and I came across an interview that he did on the Breakfast Club 3 months ago. Specifically, it was a clip that was talking about mental health and how he had been meditating and going through a divorce and just his anger and rage and different things that he had been experiencing, and how he was basically helping himself and, finding companionship and getting information about how to manage his situation better. Thinking back to his son, one of the images that I was getting was not even really an image, just something just came over me saying that because he was disoriented, I said, I feel like he like wandered into the woods and is probably in a pond. I don't think that he's still alive. And again, now it is 5:36 p.m. And as I'm recording this, I just finished watching an update on a news report saying that he was found deceased in a pond. Um, what I have been noticing lately is that my spirit guides have been trying to encourage me to do missing persons type of I guess information, readings, if you want to call it, providing information, channeling, or perhaps they want to work through me to give the information, but I've been very reluctant. And it's not necessarily something that I regret. It's just something I have to work towards as my spiritual gifts develop. But I found that to be a little too specific for what I'm used to. But regardless of that, I send prayers to his family at this time because that's a very tough situation to deal with. I'm sure that as information develops and as they feel free to share further information, it likely will come out that he was suffering from some form of mental illness because, especially him leaving his home without any shoes. And another report that I had passed, just skimming through what I was trying to find in terms of information, had said that he was possibly undressed as well. Nothing, there were no other reports, official reports that stated that, just that he was without his shoes and phone. But I definitely did see him like just wandering through the woods and into a pond. So there's another um, theory, or I guess, intuitive nudge that I was getting about Malcolm Jamal Warner, and a lot of people not believing that he would have taken his own life. There were about two different blog posts that I saw related to Malcolm Jamal Warner, stating the suspicious circumstances, him being on alone on vacation with his child. And it was reminding me of the Naya Rivera story and what had been released by both her estranged husband or ex-husband, and what he had revealed that his child had revealed. And just in hearing those stories, they sounded very similar. It seemed as though, although some people might seem like they're not suffering from any sort of mental distress or mental health issues, that choosing to be alone and taking your child with you and making sure that your child is safe, but that you wander away from your child and choose to be alone and then all of a sudden end up drowned, I feel is not really turning into something common, but it seems for me, with my intuition, that that was their goal, whether consciously or unconsciously, whether on a spiritual level, that they have just been exhausted and fatigued and ready to go. That that's something that I think happened, and there wasn't really any question for me on my end as to whether or not there was any foul play. I believe that it was something, again, that was conscious or unconscious, or perhaps on a spiritual level, something had occurred. But either way, again, my condolences to all of those families and those that were affected by these tragedies. It's never something that you want to be correct about or even want to see. I'm still adjusting, so I can only imagine for them how they must feel actually having to go through it. So God bless them.